Hey friends, this is Beagle North Games coming at you with my very first iRacing video on YouTube. So this is the USF 2000 at Watkins Glen. This race, there was like some pretty close, pretty tight battles. We're gonna see later on. Watkins Glen has this fast chicane, and there were a few times where things were getting pretty spicy going through that chicane. You can see there's some chaos happening almost immediately, but we managed to just avoid it. So let's take a look at that a little bit here. So we're on board with the leader right now, and this is where it all kicks off. He puts the pit limiter on. So here's a good view of what happens, because he'll put the pit limiter on, and taking evasive action into the wall is the guy in second place. So that kind of condenses the whole pack, and that's going to start the collisions up in front here. And so after that incident, the number one car gets a really good run. And here we are coming up to the chicane. And now it all kicks off right there. Absolute chaos. Here's a really good angle. And some really patient car avoidance skills going here. So all that chaos gave me a great opportunity to make up a bunch of places. So, you know, I didn't qualify starting from the back of the grid. Lost the first challenge. Little I don't think he gave me a lot of room there on the rejoin, but we got past him too. So this has given me a great opportunity to catch up to everybody in front of myself. And we're going back up to the chicane, getting a good run in the slipstream. Slowly gaining on these guys. Tucking in right behind them. There's a guy to my right. You see his nose sticking there. No one's doing anything yet. Not quite close enough. But this long right-hander is going to give me a really good run. I'm going to get right up by this guy. On the right-hand side. And that's an easy place. Now it's the two battling in front. You can see the places up in front of them yet still. So just got to make a good run here. That tricky corner, that uphill right-hander, very hard to get that right. But these two are going to keep battling in front of me. And all the while these people in front of us are battling, I still have these two people behind me. So I got to be careful because I don't want them to pass me, but I still got to make these positions up in front of me. Crossing the line going into lap 3. Oh, really slow. Really slow. Easy place gained. Up another position, and in the long run into the chicane, I'm going to get the slipstream on this guy. So we're slowly gaining, slowly gaining. Just about not quite close enough. Take a little peek. Easy into the chicane though. His rear end's coming out a little bit on him. And we're going to start putting pressure on the guy in front of him. Down into the left-hander. Early on the gas on that corner. Slowly catching these guys. This, he goes really wide. That's going to give us an opportunity to come up right behind him. Tucking in, just getting the toe. That's the one thing about Watkins Glen is the toe being sucked into the back of the guy in front of you. Really powerful here. So taking a quick look up the inside, nothing there. Had to back out of that one, losing a little bit of time. Nothing too much. little bit of lift in the left-hander here. You don't have to lift if you get the angle right. That's flat. And just throwing it into this final corner. On to the next lap. So we're right behind this guy. Gonna go nice and easy into this corner. Just stick behind him. We want to get all the toe we can. As long as you keep your right tires on that rumble strip, you're not going to get an off-track warning or an incident point. So just something to keep in mind. But down to the long straight before the chicane. This is probably not the best opportunity to pass because going through side by side on that chicane is risky. But we're going to pull out. He's not defending. We're going in. He brakes early. Oh, side by side through that whole thing. That's a risky move by both of us, but doesn't really pay off for anyone. So here we are going through that chicane. I'm using all of the curb. Little bit of a bounce. You can see just about a foot between us. So after the chicane, nothing really changes. Just going along as we normally do. Fast forwarding just a little bit into this corner. So we're going into this corner. The guy in front of us goes wide. He's on the inside. We're right beside him here. I'm early on the brakes. He goes wide here again, pushing too hard. Up on the inside, into 7th position. So coming into turn 1 on this next lap, gonna have a problem here because someone is exiting the pit lanes just as we're getting in there. So he must have been part of the damage party on lap 1. And he just completely blocks me. So that was super frustrating. But we're gonna go up. I think we called out blue flags to him. Easy position, but lost a bunch of time to the guys coming up behind me. Nice and easy into the chicane. Little bit of movement. Guy in the shadow realm on the right. That's okay. As long as he doesn't rejoin dangerously. Okay, on to the next lap. You can see the two guys behind us. One car's going for a look. Doesn't work this time. I'm off the track. The guy behind me is off the track. Chaos is starting to happen. Pressure's on. I'm folding like a piece of paper. Losing that position. In 8th. The number 2 car. He's going to get a nice tow. And we're going to that pit straight, or the straight right before. Here we go. Into the chicane. On the inside. Nice and smooth. Lots of room. Good racing. Skipping ahead just a little bit. Just about to cross the line into the next lap. Trying to break the toe a little bit. Going into turn 1. They got a much better line. Looks like the number 2 car went a little bit wide on the exit. Number 5 is going to be right behind us. He's going to get that suck. And he's on our inside. Just getting that nose in there. Into the chicane. He backs off. We survive one more lap. Just doing our normal thing. These guys behind us are not going to give up. So this is the final lap. Final few corners here. They're pretty far behind. You could try to make the dive bomb. Guy on the inside, wrecked, almost caught me out. Losing a bunch of time. He's right on us. I don't give him much room on the inside. Here we go. Drag race to the finish. I get a good exit on that corner. I pull out to the inside. Don't want to give him the toe. Where's the line? There it is. And we finish 5th. I guess we put enough pressure on the guy in front of us there that he binned it. Gave us that one last position. On to the race number 2. As you can see, I qualified. I'm on pole. So we got a huge run. Turn 1. Right up in there, already making that gap, avoiding any chaos happening around us. Car number 11 there, maybe not close enough to even challenge us into the chicane. We're going to go onto the massive straight before the chicane. I'm going to do a little bit of maneuvering, try and make him break the toe, but nothing too crazy here. Into the chicane, nice and quick. Nothing too drastic, but, you know, keeping the foot down where you need it to be down. A little sketchy on the exit, but into the massive turn here. Probably my best corner of the track. We're gonna start making waves though. This Watkins Glen, super fast track. You gotta connect every corner right, because every corner leads into a straight that if you have a poor exit, the guy behind you is just gonna catch you right away. So just keeping things clean, racing hard, you know, braking at the right spot and trying to get on the gas as early as I can. Guy in third bins it into the Shadow Realm. Guy number 2 goes wide. That's going to give me a lot of confidence going in here as I'm building up the gaps. Staying in first. Going around. Second to last corner. Little lift, almost flat. Keeping it on track. Guy behind us goes a little wide. Quick exit here. Coming down, crossing the line. Lap 2. Here we go. Still in first. Looking like I've built a little bit of a gap. Here we are next lap. Lap 3. You can see he's still behind me. Lap 4. Lap 5, lap 6, lap 7, lap 8. Let's go into the final lap. Here's where things really start to kick off. He's going to do some last lap heroics. Okay, final lap. Going into the first corner. Getting a pretty good exit on there, but he's sticking right behind us, as he's done the whole race. So up into the all-flat section, left-hander, into that straight before the chicane. Here's where things are going to get dicey. We got to make a move on the chicane because he's right up against us. All the way to the right-hand side, all the way to the left-hand side, trying to break the toe. Hard into the chicane, taking all the road, doing a little Singapore sling hop. That gives us a little bit of breathing room. Probably all we need just to keep him at bay. Into the downhill left-hander, real sketchy at this point. Trying not to drift too much. That turn can really throw your car. Into the right-hander, probably the worst turn for me on this circuit. I get a pretty decent turn here. Using all the road I can. 2 opportunities left really for him to pass. Oh, he's staying in. He tucks in. A little bit of a lockup for him. This might be his last opportunity. But I'm too far ahead for him to do anything. And he bends it. He tried to put everything on the table. And in the end, pushed a little too hard. That's going to give us the free run these last few corners. Into the final straight before the finish line. Bringing it home. And that's our first win. That's the first win I ever had in iRacing. That's it. Checkered flag. Well, if you like the content, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/beagle204. I'm going to be posting more YouTube videos, but I just want to say thank you for following. Thank you for visiting. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.